Hello YouTubers, and welcome to Backyard Astronomy. Up until today we have been discussing, in past videos we have discussed how to buy a telescope, what kind of telescope you might want, what can you do with it, and we even did a own hands movie of how to compare 3 different types of telescopes and the kind of image that we would get out of them. But that was very interesting. Well, today I want to discuss something a little different. I want to discuss a planetarium program. And you say, what is that? Well, we're going to somehow have to make a decision what we want to do. Now, if you remember in the past, we had discussed looking at the stars, trying to find the stars, learning the constellations, star charts, and all this stuff. Now that's good stuff. You need to learn that. You don't have to learn every constellation. Nobody expects anybody to do that. In today's world, in the 21st century, a lot of people don't do that because we have all these computers around now and iPads and iPhones and all this stuff where you can get apps for. That's good stuff too. Well, it's good that you know some of the constellations. It's nice to go when you have someone out in the yard with you or out in your observatory, whatever you have, that you can flex your muscles a little bit and point out constellations that you know and show where things are. That's a good thing. And of course, you will probably never look at every constellation there is anyway. So, what can you do to make life a little easier for yourself? And that's a planetarium. Now, this is going to require a computer. Now, everybody pretty much today has a laptop of some sort. Like I said, you can get a planetarium or a star program for your iPad on your phone, and some of them are free. You just download them and put them on your their little apps. So you put them on your iPad and iPhone. They can come in handy. Now, you can use a planetarium in multiple ways. In the way that you're probably using it, unless you bought a go-to telescope, you're going to have to hunt manually for everything. A go-to telescope, well, you tell it where you want it to go. It doesn't tell you. It just goes where you tell it to. But you got to know where they're at to start with. You got to know what you're looking for. If I told you find M57, would you be able to find it? But you could tell your go-to telescope to go to M57, and it would. Well, but if you don't know M57 exists, what are you going to do then? Okay, thing to do is to get you a planetarium. And planetarium will help you out trying to find a lot of this stuff. Okay, now a planetarium program, like I said, can help you out with a lot of things. You can ask your planetarium program where something's at, tell it to go to it, just like you do a go-to telescope. You can also, some of the programs will have what they call built-in tours and things to look at during a certain season. It will give you a walkthrough of the sky. Now, is that of any use to you? Yeah, help you learn a lot of things. But now the planetarium itself is just there, and I'm going to show you how that works and what you can do with it. You can show on your planetarium all the zodiac constellations, all the constellations. You can show the entire sky, what part of the sky you want to look at. That M57 we talked about, you can look for it and see where it's at. Some of the planetariums are very powerful. Now, you can get online and you can download free ones. Right off the top of my head, I can remember one called Starry. It's a free planetarium. It has a lot of features in it. You might want to look at that. Just get on the internet, type in planetarium programs, and it'll give you a few of them that you can get there or free. Now, I suggest look at planetarium for a free one. I personally use a different one, and I'm going to show you how that looks. I use Starry Night Pro Plus. Now, in Starry Night, there are a lot of programs for planetariums. They have different models. I've been using Starry Night for a long time, and I'm up to version number 7 now. But you don't necessarily have to that. And it's not free. Starry Night is pay program. I do know this. If you bought a scope in the last year, Orion company actually if you bought any type of scope they had, you got a program from Starry Night in that package. Now, I don't know if they still do that. Now, all companies put on some kind of come on to get you to buy stuff, and you get free things. I do know Orion has a different kind of package going on in there with their stuff now. But anyway, it's worth looking into. You need to look at online and see what you can find and decide what you need. Do you need a planetarium? No, you can continue on what you're doing. If you want to do a lot of serious work in the sky, you will have to work with those star charts. And it'd be a lot easier if you went to a planetarium. And you'll find out you can find a whole lot more things that way because you'll know what you're looking for. You can try all kinds of things. So let's take a look at this one here and see what we've got here. Okay, I've made some screen captures of some of the pull downs that are available in this program. These pull downs will pretty much be available in pretty much any program that you get. They may operate a little differently. So that's why we're just going to use a screen capture. Now, this is the view from my observatory looking due south. If you look where the area is, there's the southern mark. It's marked right there, and then over to the right will be southwest, and to the left will be southeast. Now, if you look above the southern point, you should see something that's very familiar. That cloud of stars you see there is the Milky Way. And over to the right, you should see a constellation that you should by now be familiar with in the winter sky. That's Orion. Well, just in case you don't remember, I'll go ahead and put a circle around it. Up to the right there is Orion. Now, if you look around in the sky, there should be another bright star close by. Look towards the left of Orion and see if you can tell what that is. Well, did you see the bright star? I'll circle it. That's Sirius. That's the dog star. That's the hunter's dog. Now, while you're looking at this, you remember when we were talking about finding all the constellations and locating them in the sky so we could find other things in the sky? Well, check this out. Remember the constellations and where to find them? This ought to help you out. It lays them all out for you. Remember now, this is 360 degrees, so you can spin this around and see all of them that you can see. So this ought to really help you out with finding constellations. Now remember the zodiac constellations? Those are very important. Remember, there was only a few of those. So if you know those zodiac constellations, you can find a lot of things. Okay, let's select M93. From my pull down over here on my right, you'll see M93 in my observing list. And right in, almost in the center of the screen, you're going to see M93 lit up. Point is, do you know where it's located? Do you know what constellation it's in? It'd be a whole lot easier to find if you did. Well, now if we'll turn on the constellations and also turn on the labels, it'll show us exactly where it's at. And it'd be a whole lot easier to find. A planetarium can go a long way to helping you out and helping you learn the constellations and your way around the night sky. Okay, that kind of brings us to a close on that. We did look at Starry Night and a lot of things that it could do. I showed you some things that we could pull down and look at. Now, a lot of the planetary programs will allow you to do these. And there are a lot of things that are proprietary to some of the programs. But you need to pull down on the internet and have a look and see what you might want to do. After today, as far as I'm concerned, I think we've come to a point where you need to make a decision. Do I want to keep doing what I'm doing, looking at the sky the way I am? And that's fine if that's what you want. If you want to go to other avenues, you want to try your hand at some kind of astrophotography, you can do planetary photography, and that's pretty easy. Or you can do deep sky. Now, each one of these areas are going to have a learning curve, and some of them do require specific instruments to use to do this. So you just can't take anything and throw it out there and try to do deep sky. So you need to do a little bit of research on this. But what we're going to do from today on is it's not going to be a step-by-step thing. Unless I'm doing a series on something, then I may have 2 or 3 videos following the same series. But I am going to do a lot of how-to, coordination, which is something you need to do, drift alignment, something else you'll need to do if you're using equatorial alignment on your telescope, equatorial drives and stuff. You may want to think that's something else you might want to do. You might want to look at maybe putting drive on it. Whatever you want to do, you need to decide now how far you want to go. Every one of these are going to require a big learning curve, and they don't just happen overnight. But it's a lot of fun. If there's any questions you have about this, go down below to the comment section, leave me a question, I'll answer it. I may even do an extra video on this to explain some things if enough questions come up. If you like what you saw, leave me a comment. Until next time, clear skies and keep looking up.